Hey everyone, coming up on this week's Minecraft Me, we head back to the Nether. Joe and I are trying to find a fortress, and it probably involves some lava. Or maybe it does. We also cover the Minecraft news of the week. We have a server showcase and a very special announcement in regards to our server. All that and much more coming up.
This is Minecraft Me, a show that is about Minecraft, where we bring you some of the most awesome tutorials on the internet, reviews of mods and pack picks that you can use when you play. We take you on awesome adventures, all with Chase and Joe.
Minecraft Me is brought to you by viewers and listeners like you on Patreon. That's right, patreon.com is a place where you can go and support Minecraft Me for as little as $1 per month. And when you do that, you help keep this show on the air. Head over to patreon.com/Minecraft to support Minecraft Me. Hey everybody, welcome again to another edition of Minecraft Me. This is the show that is entirely about the game from Mojang called Minecraft. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or an expert, we like to show you and play this awesome building blocks game. Hopefully you guys have had a great week. We have troubleshooting the game, troubleshooting how we bring the show to you. It's been loads of fun. And that is sarcasm at its finest. Kids, ask your parents what sarcasm is. My name is Chase Nunes, and joining me every single week for this awesome show we call Minecraft Me is my good friend, guide, teacher, and Apple expert, Joseph Albee. Hey, Joe, how are you?
Good.
Oh, every week, I struggle. I try to figure out what's a cool, unique way to say Joe's an expert at this, and I pick Apple this week because you did give me some useful commands to try in the terminal to find what was causing my issue, and then thanks to your suggestion and also Jay Huckabee's and other people's in the chat room, Gradrock and others, we were able to solve some of the issues that I was having prior to the show, and we are able to get it off and underway. So, very, very cool. So, we have a great show lined up for you guys. By popular request, we are going to head back to the Nether. Now, we haven't been to the Nether in the HD world at all. Ever.
Yeah.
And not only that, last time we were in the Nether, it wasn't the last time we were in the Nether, but I've had some issues.
Yeah.
In the Nether. And
good times.
It was great times. It was one of those things where now we have a lot more people who watch and listen to the show, and I use some choice words that I probably shouldn't have used during the show, and so we're going to head back to the Nether, but along the way, we're going to really do some how-to again, just talk about when you're down there, what's some of the goals that you should have in mind? Like, all right, you've built your Nether portal, you're now there, what should you do? So what are some of the first things you should do, and then what are some of the goals? So we're going to go through that this week. We also have the Minecraft news of the week to discuss. We have some very important news to discuss in regards to our Patreon. We want to share that with you guys. We also have some pack picks, one good one not so good one. And we also have a server showcase from you guys in the community. We also have a special announcement about the server. Actually, two special announcements about the server. And then, of course, we're going to go back to your questions. So we have those lined up for you guys. So without further ado, Joe, let's jump right into the news. And good news for all the console players out there, PS3 and Xbox 360. Why do I feel like Top Gear all of a sudden? And now it's time for the news. The Dacia Senderos. No. The PS3 and Xbox 360 versions of Minecraft are going to be getting a brand new update. They've been sent to them for certification, which means, you guys, it could be coming out any day now, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. And in Title Update 14, here are some of the new items that they are getting. Emerald, emerald ore, block of emerald, ender chest, a tripwire hook, enchanted golden apple, anvil, flower pot, cobblestone walls, mossy cobblestone walls, wither paintings, potatoes, baked potatoes, poisonous potatoes. Carrots, golden carrots, carrot on a stick, pumpkin pie, night vision potion, nether quartz, nether ore, block of quartz, slabs, stairs, chiseled quartz, enchanted books, and carpet. They also added a lot of new recipes, a lot of new bug fixes. We will have the entire list available to you guys, but that is going to be rolling out very, very soon. Joe, I don't think I've ever seen a poisonous potato before.
I don't think we've ever talked about them, but yeah, they exist.
What do they do? Just poison you, make you like all woozy and weird and stuff?
I don't think they make you all woozy, but yeah, they poison you. They take health away. So instead of, giving you food and stuff like that, it actually takes health away from you. So they're generally bad. And I think they're green.
Okay.
So, but no, I was going to ask, because of course, anytime we talk about console edition of Minecraft, we really should talk about it. Any word on the launch title versions for Xbox One and PS4?
Neither.
Remember, they were supposed to be. It was supposed to be a launch title for those two consoles.
Yeah, nothing,
and they're still not out.
No, and then we've seen teasing pictures of them still working on it. I think once this title update pushes, you got to think that they're going to have to start pushing it. I mean, remember, it was last year at E3 that they announced that, hey, it's coming out for Xbox One. I mean, that was one of the big, huge presentations, and now it's almost been a year, and it's still not here. And part of me wonders, is this because 4J Studios has just got a lot of stuff that they have to support? I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Are they going to rename it Minecraft Forever?
Oh, you're playing off of Duke Nukem Forever, aren't you, Joe?
Oh, I don't have my box set behind me anymore. Where is my? Oh well, Duke's over here though. Duke's over there.
Oh, there he is.
So it's okay. Yeah.
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 So we'll see. Obviously, I know you guys. You send in emails and you ask us, "Hey, do we know?" As soon as we know, we will pass it along to you guys. So we'll see what happens. Now, Joe, last week on the show, we did our town hall, so we didn't do much of the news last week. We just pretty much talked to everybody. We did some news about the show, but we didn't talk about latest snapshot. 14W 11B dropped last week. A lot of bug fixes here, fixed some crashes. Any new related items that we should talk about? This is obviously a lead up to 1.8.
Not a whole lot. They did make some changes to it in terms of, it's complicated. They really haven't done a whole lot of client end changes since the last couple snapshots. Hopefully they're reaching sort of the end time for this for the snapshot series that we're getting to the point where we'll hopefully see a launch beta maybe in a couple 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But or a pre-release rather in a few weeks here. So hopefully, less and less bug fixing, or less and less new features, more and more bug fixing, and eventually no more bug fixing because it'll be perfect and there will be no bugs at all. Right?
What?
Isn't that the way it usually works?
What?
Isn't that how software is supposed to be?
No, Joe. No.
Okay. Well,
yes.
Anyway, nothing too major. The only thing I really see in there that I think is kind of a funny line is it actually says made furnace minecart actually useful.
So people will actually use it now, which I don't know what that means exactly.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that means either. So it used to be, remember, you could put a furnace on a minecart and you turn it into an engine cart.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Which was basically made pointless. No one used them when booster rails came out.
Right.
Because what was the point?
Right.
At that point, it was completely, they were slow and pretty much worthless.
Yep.
So maybe they've actually done something to make them worthwhile. I'm sort of wondering if they've come up with a way, or if they've used them, and I should have looked more into this, but I was busy with other stuff. They've come up with a way to use them in combination with hopper minecarts, stuff like that, to cook materials as it's moving from one area to another.
Right.
Or that sort of thing. I could see a really cool thing would be a line of minecarts that, as they gather material from your different hoppers, are also putting them through the furnace and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's cool. We're getting close to 1.8. Hopefully, we're only a few weeks away. We'll see. Of course, it's all up to the powers that be at Mojang exactly when that happens. But it is really cool. I always love the snapshots. They're always kind of fun to check out and see some of the spoiler things coming up in the next version.
Now, last week, we unveiled during our Town Hall Edition show that you were going to work on getting our server updated.
I'm sorry. Grim Reaper reminded me in the chat that this snapshot that came out this week didn't have it, but the snapshot last week that we skipped did introduce a new mob, and that is Endermites. Which, do you remember? I think they're stonefish.
Yep.
When you bash a stone, some of the walls in some areas, when you bash it and break it out, this little thing would come out and just be really annoying.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now they've made Ender versions of those.
Oh, that's nice.
So
Nice.
they'll be showing up in the next major release, and something to look forward to.
Silverfish, PC Tepum, let us know about. Yes.
Silverfish. Sorry,
Yeah,
silverfish. Yeah, not stonefish.
Fair enough. All right.
It's that close. Anyway, yeah.
So last week we discussed on the show that we were going to get the server updated to 1.7.2, and with hours to spare, actually 22 minutes to spare Pacific time on Sunday.
That was when I made the post. The server actually was updated.
Right, I know, but you did make an announcement in the forums, in our community forums, that the server's up to 1.7.2 and it's compatible with 1.7.5. So what does that mean for all the guys out there who play? Does that mean they can just use the most current version in their launcher and play? You
can just use the most current non-snapshot version of Minecraft, and it'll pop in, no problem. You'll be able to connect and use the server all you want. It's the reason it's 1.7.2 is there hasn't been a bucket or spigot release for 1.7.5 at this point, and it looks like there probably won't be because it's all client compatible. Most of the fixes in the later versions were client side. And that actually is sort of related because, like Forge, people who use Forge has only released a 1.7.2 version, so you can't even go to 1.7.3 or 4 with Forge. But yeah, it is totally up. It's up to date. It works fine. You can use a regular client. It's really cool. The server side logs, I think, are a lot better. And during the pre-show, I was working on the new resource maps for the server as well. I just haven't had time this week. So hopefully those will be up in the next couple of days here. And that'll be cool. I love the new map generation is fantastic. I was looking at the resource map that it generated, and it looked really, really cool.
Well, the good news is you guys want to stay tuned because we have a special announcement we want to share with you guys at the end of the show. Someone actually sent in a question about our server, our 1.7.2 server, and we listened to you guys, and Joe and I kind of chewed on it, and we're like, yeah, it's a good idea. So you'll have to tune in to find out. It does relate to our server. It is a major announcement. And the other thing too we want to add is we're getting ready. Obviously, at the end of the month, and we roll into April, we have some Patreon rewards we want to give to our backers. And in case you guys don't know, we are trying to fund our show through you guys through something called Patreon. Patreon.com/Minecraft is the URL that you guys want to visit. Basically, what Patreon is all about is instead of doing a major, large Kickstarter or Indiegogo project where we're trying to do something big, you're able to sustain and give in much smaller increments, of course, our show and keep us going. So, for example, if you head to that website, patreon.com/Minecraft, we now have 28 awesome patrons. Yay! Clap, clap, clap. Very cool. Now, a lot of you may have been asking me this and saying, hey, Chase, so I haven't got anything yet. And that's true. Now, basically, what Patreon allows you to do is you can sign up to become a patron. You say, I'm going to give $5 a month, $10 a month, or whatever. But it doesn't charge the actual cards, either PayPal or debit or credit card, whatever you use to sign up until the end of the month. So basically, I'm trying to prevent somebody coming on saying, and that I don't know, obviously, I don't know all 28 people, saying I'm going to pledge $15 a month to get a reward, and then they cancel their backing right before the end of the month before they charge. It's really to prevent abuse. Patreon has recommended to all people who launch these projects to say, hey, be careful. We don't want to see anybody get burned because we've seen other people get burned on other things. So what will happen is as soon as I get successful payments from people who have donated via Patreon, then the rewards will start flowing in. And that's when, for example, let me head back here to the page real quick. If you scroll down and look at some of these awesome rewards for backing us, if you back us at the $5 or more per month level, what you will get is, first off, you get access to our post-show video archive. So what does that mean? Well, what happens is, and I can't really show this right now, but when here on the Patreon page, you'll notice it says for patrons only. These are the post shows. These are, where we take calls and we actually have a lot of secondary banter and that sort of thing. The other thing too, Joe, is that creative only map, right? So
right,
I'll be giving Joe a list of names. And I'll be actually sending out surveys to these people so we know your Minecraft names. And then you will get a spot on the creative only map, which means you can go in, build with unlimited resources, and really see what you can do. Now, there's another thing there, Joe, is if you also pledge at the $5 per month level, you will get a reserved spot in our monthly Survivor games, but we have to hit that milestone. Our milestone that we want to get to is $360.61 per month. That's $360.61 per month. And if we get to that, we promise to commit to you guys a monthly Patreon Survivor Game special, where for you guys that are funding us in the Patreon, you get to be a part of that, as well as if we fill it up with all patrons, it's great. If we don't, then we'll open it up for a few others. Now, you're probably wondering, where's this money going? Joe, where's the money going for the show? I mean, people donate to the Patreon. They think, well, I'm just taking that money and running with it and going to the casino. But that's not true.
No, that's not true at all.
Yeah.
I mean, well, where it's really going is my iPhone is a 5S, and it's like 8 months old now.
Joe,
so I
Joe,
really need to.
No, people are going to believe that. They're going to believe that.
Oh, it's not going there?
No, it's not. I'm not
Okay.
sending. I'm not sending that to you.
My Nokia 920.
It's good. No, Joe. Joe.
What?
No. It's Jay Huckabee got it right. It's funding the GeekGamerTV helicopter. So,
of course.
So we can fly.
Way more.
So
sense.
we can fly
That's
you to the studios.
Completely logical and real. No.
Yeah.
Also false.
No. What's it going towards? Seriously.
So seriously, yeah. It's going to support the infrastructure that's behind GeekGamerTV and Minecraft Me. So we actually have a couple of servers that we have co-located just for hosting content and hosting servers, like Minecraft servers.
Yeah.
And it's a big thing. And as everybody knows, Minecraft servers are really pretty important to Chase and I, and to a lot of you. So it really helps all of those sorts of things. The ad-free stream for the live show is a big one that runs through one of those servers.
And on the Roku
hosted on one of those servers.
The stream for the
and
Roku.
the Roku stream is on there too. So all these pieces are really reliant on these co-load servers, and that co-location fee is not free, obviously.
Right.
So while we really want to make the show at least self-sustainable, that is the goal for this. Up till now, we've had some really generous donations that have really helped us with that. And if we need to, I guess we're going to have to fill in a little bit of the gaps if it comes down to it. But we really need your help to make sure that it doesn't overstrain our pocketbooks.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's literally all it's going for, is just to support those servers and make sure the content that gets to you guys is as good as it can be.
Yeah. And it's very powerful, even if you're able to contribute just $1 per month. I mean, it's one of those things where I understand, believe me, I know right now I'm unemployed. I understand, you don't spend your money on things you can't afford to do. I know a lot of you have kids. I know some of you are kids and have no money to donate and that sort of thing. The cool thing about Patreon, it does allow you, by the way, to even donate as little, say, as 25 cents per month. Actually, someone, I don't know if you saw, Joe, but someone did donate a penny a month. That's all they could do. And that's great. That's fine. So all I ask is, if you guys feel a value in doing a show like this, if you get something from us, either Minecraft knowledge or we put a smile on your face and you have a really good day, all we ask is 25 cents an episode. We do one episode a week, $1 a month. That's all we ask. So if you enjoy our show, consider becoming a patron today. Go to patreon.com/Minecraft. And when you do that, you help keep the show going. You help keep it on the air. You help keep the forums going. You help keep the server going. So many cool perks if you can donate more than $1. But we do thank each and every one of you. And we got a lot of great things in store for those who decide to support us. So thanks a lot for becoming a supporter
and I promise
today.
it's really not going to replace itself.
No, it's not.
It's really not.
No. Grim 1942. You know what, Joe? I say if we get to 5,000 a month, you should shave the beard.
Yeah.
If we get to $5,000 a month, you shave the beard.
If we get to $5,000 a month and it's consistent over several months, we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. Fair enough. All right, guys. So we're gonna add to the Nether. We're gonna be using the most current version of Minecraft at this point, not snapshot, but we're gonna use 1.7. I'm using 1.7.4, and it's one of those things where you know what? Our server's updated, but we're gonna do this on our show server. But I'm heading in now, as we see here, and here I am, Joe. I'm gonna hit the lovely multiplayer button. I'm going to head into our show server. And, this is very familiar territory to me.
Yeah.
This is our normal area.
We still got the iron farm. I didn't tear it down. It's behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Looks pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what did you expect? Something different?
No, fair enough.
Well, I mean, where we're going is someplace we haven't actually been in a while. We're going to head down to the mine. And,
oh, man. My timing is awful.
Are always so, they're always so random. All right, so we're just going to head on down. This is going to take a while. It's kind of a long drop.
Oh, people are saying I have a nice effect when I'm picture in picture.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, more effect on that.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah. All right. So if you remember, this is the mine that we started and set up and talked about spacing and how things work. The most efficient mining techniques. Here's the one that I recommend as the most efficient mining technique, which is all of these tunnels are basically 2 blocks away from each other. So you literally hit every single block
and you're able to
see all of them out.
Right, exactly. You can see what you got. Right,
so,
makes sense.
Yeah, but we're not going over there. We're not talking about mining this time. We're talking about the Nether. So let's go on through the Nether portal real quick and see where we end up. Look at that. I remember this. Are you having flashbacks yet?
No.
Well, let's head on outside. So again,
Joe, we didn't pick up anything. Yeah. I don't have anything. I just.
Oh, you don't have any. You don't have any supplies?
No. Was that the first mistake?
We should. Yeah, we should probably.
You don't go to the Nether without supplies.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah. Supplies. Yeah. Let's see. There aren't any chests around here that have supplies. So let's just head up. You know what? No, forget that. Here's what we're gonna do.
All right.
I'm just gonna give you. Let's do some iron armor.
Okay.
Because diamond armor is a little bit too, floofy.
What are you talking about?
Here's some iron armor. What do you mean? Okay, there's some iron armor. Maybe a diamond sword. These are all unenchanted, of course. And how about a bow and a couple of stacks of arrows? How does that sound, huh?
All right, I feel better now.
You feel slightly more protected anyway?
Yeah.
And a wooden axe. How fantastic is that? That's super
easy. Yeah. That was it for the Nether,
I'm
right?
Go ahead
we're all done, right?
Head in,
hey, we're all
undefended.
done? Great, awesome. I'm going to head back up. And wait, that's not it?
No, that's not it. Now we got to go.
That's not it. Okay.
No,
all right, I'm heading in.
All right, now let's go wandering around. So, in case nobody's guessed, I'm in creative mode, so I'm not going to deal with any armor.
Fair enough.
It's just too much. I can't stand the clanging when I'm watching it.
Right. Where'd you go?
Look at this. I just keep going down the tunnel.
What tunnel?
No, the other way. But to the right. Turn around. Turn around. There you go. That away.
Oh, you went up this way.
Yeah, I went up.
Did you make this?
No, these are all natural tunnels. Oh no, wait. Where are you going? I think you went the wrong way.
You said go up, and I
think I told you to go the wrong way. That's okay.
All right,
yeah,
all right.
Sorry. There's a fork in the road, and I wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
So yeah, no, this was all natural. This is all left over from when we've been here before. I haven't been back in here at all since that episode, all those episodes ago. In fact, here you can see some of our.
I don't like it here.
I know. You've always sort of had this aversion to the Nether, understandably. But yeah, I think we should do some exploring. See if we can find another fortress. I'm not sure where one is because, like I said, I haven't.
So how do you? I mean, so you come here, you should have all these supplies. You should be, safe. But other than that, I mean, why would anybody want to come here? Like,
well, the big thing is, and we talked about this all those episodes ago, is there are things in the Nether that you can't get anywhere else. The prime example. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to cross the soul sand?
They're saying that the audio went wonky, and I'm just gonna check the audio to make sure.
Okay.
It seems to me it's okay on my end. They're saying the mic is messed up.
Huh.
I'm not.
Which mic?
Well,
mine or yours?
I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't hear anything funny.
I don't hear anything either. They're saying my mic is messed. I haven't made any changes. Must be something with the internet encoding. Because I haven't noticed any issues. So thanks,
and
chat.
they just said it's better now. So
yeah, that's weird.
All right, but yeah. So reasons why you'd come here is there's materials here in the Nether that's not available anywhere else.
Oh, can you give me a pickaxe?
You want a pickaxe?
Yeah, I don't have.
Why do you want a pickaxe?
Well, just in case I want to pick something.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Don't use it on the soul sand.
Why not?
Because soul sand is sand. Use the shovel.
Oh.
Yeah, soul sand is one of the things you can only get here. However, soul sand I hate because it's slow. It makes you move really slowly.
Well, not only that, it is creepy looking.
So we're just going to ignore the soul sand. In fact, we're going to pretend we didn't bother climbing on top of it. But the big thing that draws people the first time to the Nether is right up there.
Glowstone.
Glowstone. It's only available in the Nether. It's way more efficient lighting than torches are, and obviously, once you get here, it's available in pretty good quantities.
Right? Yeah.
So really have to work your way up to it.
So is the best thing to do is to basically use a pickaxe and get yourself some netherrack.
Yeah, netherrack is a good material to dig out. You know what? I just realized the server's set to not spawn mobs. That's why we haven't seen anything bad yet.
Oh. So right now what I'm doing, you guys, is I'm just getting some netherrack here. Because I'm gonna try to get some of that glowstone. And I know I'm gonna need a lot of this. And Joe's going to laugh at me, and he's going to fail. Now, I could do a nerd poll. We all know what a nerd poll is, right?
You could, yeah. Yes.
Now
we've talked about them, or we've had people talk about them in our questions.
Now, the question is, should I do a nerd poll, or should I up the ante and make myself like a staircase?
Probably do a staircase. Well, you know what? It doesn't much matter because you're going to dig your way straight back down.
Right. I mean, you could do a nerd poll, but here's the problem. The thing with a nerd poll is, first off, it's hard to do a nerd poll to something unless you're straight underneath it because you have to go up and across, right? So, yeah, I can do a poll going up, but then I still have to get across. So,
well, you can if you hold down shift, you can go to the edge of the block and you can place blocks on the side.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So I'll start going up here.
Okay.
This is a nerd poll. This is where I fail tremendously.
Yeah. That's okay. After you get to this glowstone, we're going to restart the server.
What? Oh.
No reason.
I know why, because there's no mobs. So right there, I'm right at level with the glowstone.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start now. I'm holding shift. And I'm going to the edge here, and I'm just going to hold shift and go to the edge and start putting blocks down so I can walk. And I'm doing this really fast because I'm holding shift down.
Yep.
So I don't fall off. See, I'm almost there. I'm going to do a couple more. A few more, a couple more. All right, so here I am. Here's a whole bunch of glowstone, and just so I give myself a little bit more working room, so I don't screw this up, fall, because I don't want to fall. There we go. So now I'm not holding shift anymore. Now I'm going to use my pickaxe, and I got some.
Yeah. Although one thing to keep in mind is you might build this platform slightly bigger than this.
So
to
this
collect.
way.
Yeah, because the glowstone does break up, and sometimes you lose some of it. The dust.
Yep. There's the
so
dust.
Keep collecting it. Yeah, so I'll back off a little ways.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so glowstone is obviously a really, really valuable thing. The dust is used not just for creating more glowstone blocks, but also for different potions and stuff like that. So, glowstone is probably the initial big attractant to come to the Nether, the big reason to come to the Nether.
Yeah.
Because it gets kind of tiring trying to save coal for torches when you want to use it for smelting and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
But I am actually quite serious about restarting the server for reasons.
Right,
so, because it's sort of boring when it's
so let me just show how you would get down for something like this. You just basically go back to where you built your pole.
Yeah, and if you're curious about how these work, if you're on the main server, just go to the Nether resource map and you will see hundreds of these.
And then you just start digging down.
Yeah. And there you go.
There you go. And now I'm back.
So let's head back over towards this is the other thing that's really important is keeping track of how you got to wherever you are. Because it's easy to get lost. Really easy.
Totally.
So, especially because, as I recall, compasses don't work very well over here.
You're right about that.
And you can't sleep.
That's true. Yeah, I don't want to sleep. Yeah, it is kind of quiet down here.
It is. So, we're gonna head back through the portal real quick.
Okay.
And we'll disconnect from the server. I'll restart the server, and then we'll come back.
Tend to grow here. And
yeah. They can grow here.
Where'd you go?
But that's part of why you see all this glowstone right around this area.
Oh, yeah.
Because we actually, when we were here before, remember we marked all this out exactly where we were, so we could find our way back to our Nether portal. Because
makes sense to me.
That's fairly important.
Yeah.
All right, back at the portal. So I'm through.
Okay, I'm heading through.
Okay. So go ahead and disconnect and entertain the viewers for
all right,
just
so
a couple of minutes.
Joe's going to reboot real fast. So obviously, you don't have to be afraid of if you're just going there for a glowstone, it's pretty easy, right? But one of the other reasons why people
we'll see.
Well, the other reasons why people go to the Nether, not just to get the glowstone, is to go to a fortress, right?
Right, the Nether fortresses.
Right, and you go to the fortress to collect nether wart, and and also to go blaze rods, right? From the blazes. Right.
Yeah, so blazes and blaze rods, and people go to the Nether and set up blaze farms where they know blazes are spawning and stuff like that.
Right.
You can go ahead and rejoin the server now, by the way. It's back up.
All right. We'll do that.
But yeah, blaze rods and nether wart.
Oh, sorry. Wrong
soul sand. Huh?
Yeah, I was hitting the wrong buttons. There we go.
Soul sand and a bunch of other stuff. So I already went through the portal. You can come on through if you want.
If I want? Oh, well.
If you don't come on through, I'll just teleport you to where I am. So it's really not that big a difference to me. And then I went back up the same exact way. So the other big thing is as people are pointing out is for the wither. That's some of the materials you need for that to spawn a wither.
Zombie pigment is saying dying.
Here.
Lava dying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lava dying.
Swimming in lava is a big thing. Speaking of zombie pigmen, when you get out here, you'll see small herds of zombie pigmen out.
Now, it's true that they won't bug you unless you bug them, right?
Right, yeah. So as long as we ignore them and leave them alone and don't interact with them, they'll be fine, and we don't really have to worry about them. If you attack one, though, all of them will start attacking you back.
But if you attack it, won't they attack me because they don't attack you in creative?
That's possible.
So why
I'm not
would
going to
you
attack them?
Yeah, I was going to say that's just kind of mean.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be. But I'm sort of surprised we haven't seen anything. Let's say bigger.
And look, that one has a gold sword. They have gold swords.
Right. So they actually are sort of like zombies in the overworld in that they can gather other materials and collect stuff.
But how would you get a gold
and have
sword
upgraded
here?
Weapons. It happens. Oh, you actually do want to sometimes kill zombie pigments. The reason for that is they do drop things that are worthwhile. They'll drop gold nuggets and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say, like, why would you want to kill this guy? I mean, he's just not doing anything.
Well, I'm not going to kill any of them right now.
Oh, okay. So why we're going up here again?
I don't know. I didn't want to walk across soul sand because I hate soul sand. So I'm just kind of exploring and seeing what I can find. Lava or fire rather. Ooh. Yeah, more soul sand. I hate soul sand.
Why? Because it's slow.
Yeah.
It's kind of like quicksand, isn't it? Kinda.
Yeah. You don't really sink into it very much though.
Okay.
Hmm.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah, so the big thing that really is about the Nether, and I maybe should have done a little bit more scouting before just saying, let's go to the Nether and see what happens.
Right.
Is I'm really hoping that I'm going to spot the old Nether fortress that we visited before. But
is that on it way over there or no?
I'm wondering if it is, so I'm heading that direction. As I recall, though, it was across a big old giant lava pit. No, this is all soul sand over here.
I mean,
yeah, because remember we had to cross that big lava pit? I don't know if you remember that part where we crossed the big old thing of lava.
No.
And
yeah.
You don't remember that? Yeah, we were on the railroad tracks.
No, I don't remember.
And like a bunch of stuff happened.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Doesn't ring a bell? No. Okay, well. Let's see. Okay, so the soul sand doesn't connect. A few things though we did learn from that is ghasts are bad.
Yeah.
However, I don't know why I haven't seen any. I think they decreased how frequently ghasts spawn, but I am going to respawn. I think I'll spawn a ghast just real quick so we can see what one looks like.
We don't need to do that. Seriously.
Why not? People want to see what a ghast looks like.
We already know what they look like.
Wither. Do we? I mean, do we remember?
I don't even know where you
are.
Oh, you're way over there.
Yeah, I'm sort of a distance away. I mean, I don't think people remember what they sound like unless they've experienced them recently on their own.
Right.
Because we haven't really experienced one.
But it's just going to come after me.
Quite a while. Well, probably. Yeah, probably will.
Oh, boy.
Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, here we go.
Whoa!
Yeah. Remember that noise? And the fireballs? Now remember, you can send those fireballs back out using your sword. In case you forgot about that.
Ow.
How are you doing with that gas?
I'm on the freaking soul sand. It's like I'm
yet?
stuck, man.
Yeah, well, that's what soul sand
It's not
for.
fair.
You stood there. You want me to help?
No. Oh, I bounced it back.
Yeah, see?
With the arrow.
Oh, yeah, if you use your sword, you can bounce it right back at them. You just got to swing at the fireballs as they come toward you. It's probably a better strategy than missing with the arrow.
Oh, stop. Got him. Jeez.
Nice. And you didn't even annoy any of the zombie pigmen while you were at it. So let's go see what he dropped besides some XP.
Yeah.
Looks like he just dropped XP.
I love how you...
Oh, no, there's something else.
I like how you spawn it, and I'm on the surface that I can't maneuver on.
Well, you had lots of warning. So, yeah, there you can see an XP orb and...
a tier.
Yeah, gassed... pick that up. Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Good stuff. But yeah, so the big reason why you do want to come here is for the glowstone. The different mobs that you can gather here, they really don't show up anywhere else. There are really cool ways, and really the scenery I think is beautiful. Once you get over all of the lava and fire and things that kill you, but I think it's cool. I kind of like the Nether. I'm going to come back over here more often.
Right. Oh, yeah. We need to find a fortress, though. Is that it up there? Or is that just more soul sand from a distance?
I think it's just more soul sand from... Actually, that might be a part of a fortress. I can't tell.
There's some up here on the top right, and then there's... Some...
Yeah, no, that isn't...
God,
it is stone, but it's not part of a fortress. And hey, did you remember how to get back to the
No.
To the portal?
No.
Okay.
I can't just do a /home, right?
Oh, look at these quartz.
Ooh, quartz. Look at that.
So I'm wondering if what happened is if I lost the old what probably happened is I lost the old Nether map that we had been using, because the old map wouldn't have had quartz in it. Yeah, this is all gravel here. So I'll have to do some more exploring. We'll come back to this Nether in a couple episodes, and but yeah, so quartz is important because of beacons, of course. They use quartz and a few other things also. But yeah, we'll have to come back here after I figured out where a fortress is and actually do some more investigating, and perhaps break into the fortress. And we did an iron farm. We could try doing a blaze rod farm. Actually, that's. So do you remember how to get back to the portal?
No.
Oh.
I was just going to do a /home.
Yeah, go ahead and try that. See how that works for you.
It doesn't work, does it?
It doesn't.
It does not work. No.
/home works on the server because that's part of a plugin that I installed, but it does not work here.
Okay.
But I mean, check out this vista. Stand up here and check.
Yeah.
Just look out over
yeah,
that lava lake.
Let me take a full screen here. Look at this.
I really like the look of the Nether. I think it's in a way it's really, really pretty. And it does have its own sort of appeal and its own sort of beauty behind it. It's sort of like a Midwestern landscape, or a southeastern or southwestern landscape, where it's all totally barren and it looks kind of dreary, but it does have its own sort of beauty.
It's not
behind
terrible.
it.
No.
I think this is actually really pretty. So yeah, I do think we should come back, and I will do some investigating and find a fortress, and we will do cool things in the fortress and talk about what that is. But yeah, for the first time into the Nether in 80 episodes?
Yeah, and you made me fight a ghast.
Yeah, well, hey, at least you killed it.
So how do we get back if you get lost?
So yeah, if you get lost, there's a couple different ways to get back. One is, well, if you brought enough obsidian with you, or you brought water to make obsidian.
Which I don't have either. Nope.
You can make an ender portal, another end portal, and return back, but you will return somewhere kind of random in the overworld.
Right.
The best way, of course, is to remember where you came from.
Right.
And remember your path. So I do sort of remember your path. The last way to do it is if you're playing single player, you're pretty much out of luck. If you're playing multiplayer, you can always see if your friend will teleport you back to where they are if they're in the overworld. However, if both of you are here in the Nether, that also presents problems. But I do believe I remember the route back.
All right.
Roughly. We'll find out.
Okay.
How the heck did I get up here?
You climbed up. I watched you.
I know, but from the other side. Anyway, it's back that way.
Oh boy.
Oh, here's the path. There's the path I cut. Okay. Because I had to cut a path into this cliff face to get back.
Kind of remember
and,
that.
Oh, the last resort is always dying. When you die, you respawn in your bed or in the overworld spawn.
Yeah, but then I lose everything.
You do lose everything you were carrying, yes.
And some people don't want to lose everything.
That is true, but if it's between that and being stuck in the Nether forever,
Yeah.
Or if you're running a mini map, we talked about using mini maps with Forge clients.
Oh yeah.
You could set a waypoint as to where your return spot is, which I really should have done, but forgot to. Is it over here somewhere?
I don't know.
Watch out when you go down that cliff.
I'm right behind you. No worries.
Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah.
See the glowstone?
Yep, the tower.
So
of
the glowstone. Oh, and look, I just ran over one of your arrows. One of the ones that missed the ghast.
Hey, at least I killed the
what?
ghast on my own.
That is true. That is
Would
true.
an ender chest work in the Nether?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. So if you have an ender chest, an ender chest definitely will work here, and anything you put into it will show up in all of the chests. So,
oh yeah, look at it, everything.
Yeah, you can see all of your gear that's in your regular ender chest is there.
Cool. All right.
So yeah. Again, pathfinding is a huge part of Minecraft in general. So either get really good at recognizing which direction you have gone, what your heading is, and get really used to that, or leave yourself markers, glowstone blocks, torches. In the Nether, the nice thing is there's so much stuff that is in the Nether that isn't anywhere else that you can use stuff that normally in the overworld would be pointless. Dirt blocks make okay paths because dirt doesn't spawn in the Nether normally.
Makes
stuff
sense.
like that.
Yeah,
is a really, really good way to mark a trail, and dirt is easy and cheap and really, really simple to find. So always leave yourself a path of some kind. That way you can find your way back. When I'm in listen to the rain. When I'm in the overworld, I usually use torches.
Can you make it night, Joe?
Yeah.
So now it's night.
Okay. Just about.
Just about night.
It's like dusk.
I can't rest because there's a monster nearby. Great. Now he's dead.
Oh. Oh, that's why.
Yawn. Yeah, there we go.
Feel better?
Feel much better. All right.
That's just...
It's so nice. Yes. So very good. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, there we go. There is our first trip to the Nether. We didn't find a fortress, but actually, it's one of those things that we try to do. You would try to do, right, when you're going along your way and you're trying to find things, and it doesn't always go according to plan, right? So
right,
happens.
Well, I mean, that's a big part of Minecraft is exploring, right? So when you go to the Nether, don't expect your first trip to even if you plan for a long trip, you may not run across exactly what you're looking for initially. It may take you a little bit before you find what you really want to, what you're really there for.
Right.
And we'll get there. We'll in another couple episodes. I promise we'll visit the Nether more often. And we'll find our fortress over there, and we'll set up some sort of installation there. And I know people who get into Minecraft, their whole goal in the overworld is getting to the Nether, and then they build their main base in the Nether and only go to the overworld for supplies that they can't get there. Sort of the backwards version of how we usually play, or
right,
how we've typically played. So really kind of cool. And I honestly know the same thing goes for people who like to visit the end. They'll do the same thing. Their goal is to get to the end, then they use the end as their home base. That's a little more difficult because you have to bring a lot more supplies with you in order to really make a good homestead there.
So there we go. Now we're going to move on to pack picks. And we asked you guys a couple weeks ago to send in your worst. Send in the most terrible ones that you could think of that you can't believe that someone would actually make. And you wanted us to check them out and review them on the show. Now, we did receive a few in. We received some today at the tail end. Also, we received some before. One of them just wouldn't work. It was actually causing issues with my system, so I couldn't even install it. However, Joe, you got one that does work. And,
It does.
And what is it called?
Dirt Pack.
Dirt Pack.
Yeah. Although the guy who it was actually sent in by, let me get back to that page. It was actually sent in. Okay, now I lost it. Oh, there we go. It's actually sent in by Matthew or Flat Splat Matt, and he also called it Derp Pack, which I honestly I agree with.
All right. Well, you want to bring me over to your neck of the woods?
Sure.
To the one thing we know we know what all the different galleries and stuff look like. So we're gonna kind of push these pack pick segments along a little bit quicker. I've always wanted to try to do that. But as you could see, wow, that's a lot of dirt.
Yeah, I believe it turns almost all the blocks into dirt.
Wow. All right.
So yeah, this in front of us here, this right here, that right there, that I'm jumping at.
That's glowstone.
That's glowstone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this right here, see it right there? Oh. That's a dirt button.
Oh my gosh.
You walk in here, look.
Whoa.
The wood floor, or what used to be a wood floor, is dirt, and the wood walls are dirt.
Is it?
Are you sensing a trend?
Wait. I found stuff that are not dirt. Clay, the horse.
Oh yeah. Well, the horse obviously can't be dirt.
Yeah. Clay and the carpet.
The carpet is not dirt.
Okay, that's good. Hay bale, dirt.
Dirt. Coal block,
dirt.
Glowstone again.
I'm just gonna skim through this because we got a lot of dirt, and what's the show?
It's pretty much all dirt. It's all dirt here.
More dirt.
Yeah, more dirt.
More dirt. More
dirt. Dirt.
Just kind of looking along here. More dirt. Oh wait.
Okay, now to be clear, that stuff is actually dirt. Can you tell the difference? Dirt. Look at those blocks. Those are dirt.
Yeah.
And then look at the floor. That's wood.
That's
dirt
wood.
And
dirt.
All right.
Wool, not dirt.
Look at the mossy and the cracked stone.
Dirt.
So, heading into the inside.
Yeah. Dirt. Oh wait, chest, not dirt.
Yeah. Oh.
Ender chest, not dirt.
Chests are not dirt.
Bed, not dirt.
Note box.
At least you don't have to sleep on dirt.
Oh look. Inside of the beacon.
Dirt.
Inside of the beacon.
Dirt.
More dirt.
Yeah. Okay. Dirt. Carts, not dirt.
The carts are not dirt?
The anvil, dirt.
Kind of dirt, yeah. Okay, how about the pistons? Look, I'm standing next to the pistons.
Dirt. Extend them.
Okay, wait.
Dirt.
It's a surprisingly okay. You know what? I will give him. Oh wow! Even the top of the enchanting table is dirt.
I'm stealing this joke from Grim Reaper. This is way too dirty for me.
Oh, that's terrible. Look at the hopper. The hopper's dirt.
Dirt.
The TNT block is dirt.
Dirt.
So
train tracks, not dirt.
Glass also not dirt. Oh wait, ladder. Look at the ladder. Look up.
Dirt.
Yep, ladder's dirt. In fact, it's dirt over red blocks because we saw the wool blocks weren't dirt before.
All right, Joe, what's your rating?
So, I'm not ever going to use this pack, but you know what? He did a surprisingly complete job with all of the dirt.
Hey, wait a minute.
Why is the grass not dirt? The grass appears to be grass.
Grass is grass.
That's kind of interesting.
Well, grass is from dirt.
How about the pistons we already discussed are dirt? What is the redstone? The redstone repeaters are dirt.
Dirt.
How about the lever down here? Is the lever dirt?
Dirt.
The lever is dirt base. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good prank pack. I mean, for what it is, he did a surprisingly he did a surprisingly complete
a lot of dirt.
A surprisingly complete conversion to dirt.
Lots of dirt.
Lots and lots of dirt. A lot of dirt.
Lots of dirt.
It's just kind of weird. So if you really like dirt, check out Dirt Pack.
Dirt Pack.
However, it will make mining far more complicated.
Lots of
You'll do a lot of is that diamond ore or is that just dirt?
That's a lot of dirt.
And you'll discover that it's probably just dirt.
Yeah. All
The hatch
right.
is dirt. The
There.
hatch. The
So
hatch
I'm
is
giving it a
dirt.
thumbs down, Joe.
Yeah, I'm
Show
gonna have to give it a
your thumbs down.
too. Oh, okay. Sorry.
There you
I'll
go.
give it a
We're gonna
thumbs
do this now. We're just gonna show that.
down. We are okay.
It's a visual indicator. Yeah. Right in front of your face. All right. My pack this week is we need something good to kind of push away the bad.
Offset the dirt.
Offset the dirt. This is called Smoothic, and this is a 16 by 16 by pack. So let me jump in here, and it takes a lot of the basic textures and kind of smooths them out, so to speak. So you can see the wood planks, nice smooth. And the cool thing is this is a 16 by pack, so it should run nicely and smoothly on your systems here. So just kind of looking around, I love the wood planks. It's got a nice smooth texture to it. Best way of saying it.
Yeah.
Fonts on the signs are very easy to read. The colors have a nice tone to them. I like the carpets. Carpets are very, very nice.
Yeah, for not having very high res, he did a pretty good job with what he had.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving up here.
The obsidian, I think, looks pretty good.
The obsidian looks great. The different
Chiseled.
kinds of woods look good there too, obviously. Moving down here, the bricks got a nice tone to it. The plants.
Look! Dirt.
Dirt looks good. The dirt looks good. The mossy stone's got a nice. I like that. The mossy stone looks very, very cool.
Yeah.
The
Cracked
sponge.
mossy stone, yeah.
Everybody loves sponge.
Fire looks
The nether quartz
stock, but
ore
the-
looks good.
Yeah,
Soul
the-
sand looks
everything-
good.
Everything does look pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, the
Ore blocks are really clear what they are.
Yep.
I'm always frustrated with texture packs where it's hard to tell what kind of ore you're actually digging for.
yeah. Heading into the machine room here. It looks like this is a relatively fully complete pack here. TNT, redstone lamp, the beds.
Yeah, even
got
the
a nice
ender
tone to
chest,
it.
which is frequently overlooked, and the bed is frequently overlooked. The beacon, I think the beacon was done too.
Yeah.
Oh, notice, I know you have your stuff turned off. Hit F1.
Oh, F1.
Yeah. Do you have a crosshair? Yeah, look at the crosshair.
Oh, yeah.
That's different.
You can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
That looks very
And the
nice.
menu across the bottom is different too.
Yep, and the menus in here look great too.
Yeah, overall I like this pack. You know, for a 16 by pack, this is actually really well done.
And the great thing about something like this pack will do for you is run pretty well on most systems. And we got a good question about that, and we'll talk about that in the Q&A. But let's go look at the redstone real quick. And I know for you, Joe, redstone's very, very important. And in looking at
time.
redstone, I think it's well done.
Yeah, I think so. The only thing I don't see on this, and I really like it on some of them, is the indicator on the repeaters.
Oh, you have the notches.
A lot of texture packs have started adding the notches to the repeaters to show you what delay level they're at, and this one doesn't appear to have those, or arrows on it. But still, yet I think it's pretty good.
I give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, I'll give it a thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. Sweet. So there you go, Smoothic. Now, remember, we want to hear from you guys. What are some of the worst texture packs you've ever used? I mean, I want ones that not necessarily you find and say, all right, I'm going to send this. I want to know that you used it and you're like, wow, this is just bad. This is really bad. Send them in to us, Minecraft Me, GeekGamerTV, and put a link in the email and let us know where you got it from, and then we'll try it out. So, all right. So, Joe, it is now time for the server showcase of the week. Now, do you want to explain real quick what the server showcase is? Because pretty soon, we're going to have a little bit of a break from the server showcase, and we'll tell you guys why at the end of the show. Because pretty soon, people are going to have, there won't be new things. Things will have to be rebuilt, so to speak. But Joe, what is the server showcase for people who don't know what they are?
So it's basically just showing off really cool builds that people have put together in our pub server,
right?
And they're all done in survival mode, nothing in creative, and they're all really, really cool. They're not all huge, giant, majestic, humongous things, but they're all cool, impressive, something that is either really well done, really nicely crafted, or something that we think really deserves attention.
Yeah,
and not just us. Other people on the server, other people in the community actually submit these and recommend them to us. But they all are on our server. And the reason we're going to be delayed is
we'll tell you
actually,
why.
We probably won't.
Well, the only reason why is we typically once we make the transition to a new place and a new map, it just makes it easier because we try to show all the showcases from the current map, if that makes any sense, right?
That's true.
Because we're going to discontinue the old eventually, then they won't even be accessed.
Because we have a few backlogged from this map that I think we can still show off, even after we transition to a new map.
Right.
So I think we'll be able to catch a few of those. And you know what? It is so easy to underestimate the builders on our server and say, "Oh no, it'll take a while before they have."
One day
really
later, bam,
and
it's
really
all
cool. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I mean, we'll have Lord of the Rings built in the server before too long, I'm sure. So I don't think we're gonna miss too many. If any, we might miss a couple.
Yeah.
But a week for a hardcore Minecrafter like we tend to have on the server, a week is actually a pretty long time.
Now, this showcase was sent in the show by BDRX. And he submitted something called Fort Lapis. And he said this is a colonial-style fort named Fort Lapis. It has 6 archer towers, 2 barracks, a storage area, and a bakery. I'm planning on adding a forge and some small houses. This build took 5 days to build, and it's still a work in progress. And I wanted to show this off just because, obviously, you don't have to be a master builder to get on the showcase. And I like this guy's tenacity of building something and just working on it. So here's welcome to Fort Lapis, and as you can see, he's got all these big doors here. Let me squeeze my way through. Trying to squeeze. There we go, squeezing through there. Thanks, Joe. And here's all the. He's got some quarters here. Right there's 1 quarter. There's another quarter. And is this like the archers' quarters? Is this like a sub area in front of the castle, in front of the fort, or? Oh, okay.
I think this is the fort.
This is the fort. Okay. All right, fair enough. Cool. Oh, I see. And then you can walk into this area, and he's got some pigs here. Very, very cool.
That's what kind of wall he's working on this side, it looks like. Like a checkerboard pattern almost to it.
Yeah.
And some more small forts. Here's a small forge in there.
Yep, there it is.
And yeah, definitely cool. And every one of these little, you can see all these little towers in the corner. Have a ladder and an
so
access way to get
up
into it.
And go up. And now he can go out and protect his ladder. Oh, I see. He's at West Spawn because he can see the black cube from here. Yeah, look at that.
And it does look like he has a little bit of an underground area too. Yeah.
Now, Jay Huckabee does bring up a great question, and BDRX, maybe you should email into the show because the question is that you calling it Fort Lapis, which is great. But there's no Lapis. Now, maybe Lapis, you're talking about Mr. Lapis from North Spawn, who died in the glorious war against the slimes. But, who knows? I don't, maybe, is it underwater? That's one thing I like about the new map. When you fall. Poof.
Oh, yeah, the new version, you get the little poofs.
Poof.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's definitely a cool build, and I think that's like you said, this is a good one to really illustrate that it doesn't have to be grand and grandiose. Creativity kills.
I love creativity.
That's really what we want. And yeah, this is
I like
cool
the. I mean,
fort.
you got to realize this is done in survival mode. So he obviously had to put all this together, and then he had to make sure all the towers are the same height, and have the little crowns on them and stuff. It's tough. It's tough to do, and done
in a week.
Yeah, a week. Worked on this for 5 days. So it's one of those things. Yeah, definitely. Now, if you guys want to submit your server showcase into the show, all you got to do, send it in one way, and that's going to minecraftme.com. On the right-hand side of the page is a button that you can click on to submit your server showcase form. And let us know if you built it, if you saw someone else build something. I mean, there's some great things on this server that no one has even known about because no one sends them in. So we would love it if you do. One last thing I want to do real quick, you guys, is if you watch our show live and you decide to join us during a live show, we hook you up with EXP in our Manor Theater. So all these guys and all these names that you see on the screen, thank you so much, because these are the guys that are hanging out in our show server during a show of Minecraft Me, and we hook you up with the much needed stuff that you can use to enchant items, which is always fun and nice and neat and cool. All right, Joe. So we got some questions this week. We got a lot of great questions. Actually, as a matter of fact, we got video and audio questions. We got both. Now, to be fair, the video question that we got this week, it is video, but we don't get to see him. Whoops, hold on here. Let me get the video up and ready. We don't get to see him, but we do have it, and let me play that now for you guys. Here we go.
Greetings from the great frozen wasteland of upstate New York. Recently, Joe was talking about waiting to create a new map in 1.8 rather than 1.7. In my humble opinion, I would suggest creating a new map under 1.7 rather than waiting for 1.8 for two main reasons. One, the only new materials we would be missing from 1.8, granite, andesite, and diorite, can not only be gathered from the resource maps, but can also be crafted. World generation hasn't changed much since 1.7, aside from those 3 bricks. And 2, not only has 1.8 not been released yet, but it will likely take a while after 1.8 is out before Bucket, Spigot, and plugins are updated. Again, just my 2 cents.
Well, those are very good cents to have, and in upstate New York, cents, pennies still exist, so we don't have to worry about eliminating those yet. But Joe and I, we checked out this message earlier, and we started thinking about it, and so we decided that we're just going to kill the map today, right, Joe? It's done. We're going to shut it down, and after today, no more show server. We're just going to wipe it, and we'll be ready to go for tomorrow, right?
Yeah, right.
No, not quite. But we do have an announcement. I'm gonna let Joe announce it.
Yeah. So, he's absolutely right. It's a great
good point
that there really were only a couple of minor block changes between 1.7 and 1.8, or will be a couple of minor block changes between 1.7 and 1.8. So it does make a lot of sense to just go ahead and generate the new main overworld map in 1.7, and we'll just let that carry through to 1.8. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that. I'm going to probably generate the initial world over the weekend, and it'll be once again fully generated from the get-go. We're not gonna have it appear as people explore, just because that takes server overhead, and we end up with funny things if we change versions and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and generate the map, and then over the next week or so, we're going to have mods and admins spend some time in there building some roads, laying out some terrain, and setting up the spawn area.
Yep.
And then we'll open it up to the world sometime in the first week of April. Haven't really decided exactly what day it's going to be, but 2 weeks out, everybody. That is what you're looking forward to.
If you want to know when the server is ready to go, and you want to be one of the first to know, the new map to go, please follow us on Twitter at GeekGamerTV. If you don't have Twitter, don't worry. We'll push out an alert in the forums, so make sure you're signed up in the forums. We'll let you know, and all across all our channels. But the fastest way will be to follow us on Twitter, and I'll just push the message out there when that happens.
And along with the new map, there's a couple things that'll happen. The current map will still be there. It'll still exist. You'll still be able to visit it. You can still check out all your builds, and all of the reservations, all the grief prevention areas are still going to be reserved, so you don't have to worry about somebody else coming in and destroying what you've built. That's on the actual server, though. The map download we're going to make available, so you'll be able to download the entire map and run it locally if that's what you want to do. So, hey, say that guy across the street has really been annoying you, and you just want to destroy everything he's made. Now you can do it.
What about
on your computer?
Now here's the thing, though. Will they get access to AT&T Park?
Ooh, that's a good question.
And all the that kind of a build where that was a community build that we moved over to the server.
So there may be pieces that get cut out of it. But by and large, the entirety of the map will be available for download. So you'll be able to pull it and do whatever you want to do with it. And have it on your computer. So really cool if you want to keep it for archive purposes, that sort of thing. And also, I should mention the old world map, in addition to being available for download, will stay on the main server for a couple of months. Reason for that is there's still some cool things on there. People want to check them out. and we want to be able to do a couple showcases from there, that sort of thing.
Will we allow
However,
building? Will you still be able to build on the old map?
people will still be able to build there and
Okay.
interact with the map. However, inventories will not cross. So what you have in the old map will not cross into the new map. You will have to start over from nothing.
And claim blocks will not move over from the old world to the new world, because we want to encourage those who spend time on the server, on the new box, on the new map.
Yep, on the new map.
It rewards you for that. So, yes.
And along with that, it'll probably be a month or two before resource maps are turned back on. I'm going to do new resource maps for people to use for the next week or so, but after that, there won't be any resource maps when we switch to the new world. The reason for that is having multiple maps puts more overhead on the server, and we're already talking about having at least 3 main overworld maps. That is the old world map, the new map, and of course the creative map area, which we will be adding to the server soon.
So
yeah,
weeks.
something to look forward to. It'll be really, really cool.
Yeah.
A couple weeks here. We're going to have all new map on the server. It should be really awesome.
Totally.
I've been checking out how rendered maps look when they're generated in 1.7, and they look amazing. I'm really, really looking forward to having one of those maps. So something to really look forward to. If you want to get a tease, if you want to see what 1.7 maps have potential looking like I said, by the end of tonight or tomorrow, we should have brand new resource maps up, and you'll be able to check those out. And those are 1.7 generated.
Just beautiful. Cool. Nice stuff. Can't wait for that. So awesome.
I haven't found a mesa biome yet in the little resource maps, but the resource maps are like this big, and the main overworld map is going to be like that big. So I promise there'll be a couple mesa biomes in there.
All right, Joe. Well, we got another video question here for you and for us, really for all you guys. And here is that question. Here we go.
Hello, Joe and Chase. This is Nathan, aka Nate the Great 420. It's been a while since I've been on the server, but I still watch regularly. In the last episode, there was a lot of people asking questions towards the second half of the podcast about things like mini games and chase spawning mobs and everything like that. And it got me thinking, and I was wondering, would you ever consider adding a segment that had mini games? So, for example, right before the show, you lined up 3 or 4 people to do things like spleef or an arena deathmatch or who can kill the most mobs in 60 seconds. Just kind of things that wouldn't take very long in the show, but just kind of include the community, because as you get more and more people, a lot more people want to be up with you guys and participate in the show. And you see that a lot when you have community builds and things like that, where everyone wants to get in there and help you guys out. So would you ever consider doing something like that in the show, just for a quick segment? Thanks.
Great questions. Well, first off, we already announced, in our Patreon that we're going to have a monthly Survivor Games if we reach that goal, and we really hope that you help us get to that goal. We've done that in the past also, Nate. Obviously, hopefully you've caught up to the Olympics episodes where we brought people in to do events and stuff. So I do see that happening more in the future, where we'll have competitions and bring members of the community in. The problem, of course, in doing those kind of things is logistics, making sure we have people that are lined up, available, and ready to go. It's much more harder to do that when you're dealing with a lot more people. So. But we do have plans to do that in the future. Anything you want to add to that, Joe?
No, I think that's right. We've talked about spleef in the past. We've never really showed what it is and done a match of it. It's probably about time that we add that to our list and try to do a spleef, an episode on spleef, and talk about it, and maybe show a couple of matches off and see if we can get maybe not a huge. I'm not talking about like 300 people, but see if we can get 4 or 5 people into a spleef match and see who falls into the lava. I mean, below the floor first.
Exactly. And we got a voicemail message. Here we go. Here's that.
Hey, Jason Joe. This is Weeder98, and last episode you were talking about having a high-end computer for texture packs, and I was wondering what are some of the requirements to have a high-end computer? I know that RAM's one, but is there anything else that needs to be high so that you can run those high-end texture packs? Hope this wasn't too long, and see you in the server. Bye.
Joe, what would you think is the top thing for a texture pack that you would use? I mean, obviously memory is important, And with Java being the way it is, does it rely much on your video card at all? I know it does in some way, but
yeah, Minecraft does rely on your video card quite a bit, although it also relies on processor. So when it comes to building a gaming rig, there's really three things that are important, and none of them are the case. The three things that you really want to care about is CPU, GPU, graphics card, and memory. And your CPU, whatever CPU you pick, will denote the motherboard you end up with, or will denote the class of motherboard you end up with. And then the GPU will almost fit in any computer at this point, as long as you're not trying to build like an Intel NUC or something based system. So really keeping those three things in mind, that's what makes up what I would consider a high-end gaming system. A GPU that's relatively modern, if it's in the ATI series, 270 or newer.
Hi there, my name is Chase Nunes of Geek Gamer. Sorry about that.
That was unexpected.
That was very unexpected. Sorry.
So something in the 200 series from ATI, or probably a 700 series from NVIDIA. Probably in the NVIDIA range, a 660 or better. 650 is probably pushing it, would be okay. It depends a lot on the video card, or the monitor you're running too, what resolution the monitor is. So those are the important things. Memory, of course, is important. More memory is always better, but the speed of the memory is important as well.
Yeah.
And the last piece that's important, but I don't consider one of the three vital things, is storage. SSDs are big.
Yeah.
And they're, you know what, they're getting cheaper all the time, and it makes a lot of sense to have one to put your Minecraft stuff on. But you know what? If you don't have an SSD, all it means is stuff is going to load a little slower. You're still going to end up with the same gaming experience. You're still going to end up with the same rough Minecraft experience. You can do fine with a spinning drive. So those are the three things, though: video card, memory, and CPU. Those three things will make or break your gaming experience on PC.
And there you go. Nice. Now, remember, you guys, we love to take your questions at every single episode of Minecraft Me, so make sure you send them in MinecraftMe at GeekGamer.tv. We love your written, video, and audio questions. We love them all, but if you do make a video question, you get right to the head of the line. And we go through a lot of questions in every episode, so don't feel bad if yours doesn't get selected for a show. Don't worry, there's a potential that it will be read on the next show. It's not instant for the next show.
I think we should do one more, because we did miss it. And the guy was emailed us and was like,
"Why don't you go for it, Joe?"
I thought this was amazing.
Read it out.
This is from Samuel.
Okay.
And he went back and when we way back when we played the Herobrine's Return adventure map.
Yeah, this is a 3-parter.
And he actually kept which one?
It was a 3-part adventure.
Right, yeah,
it was a 3-part. It was crazy. Yeah. 3 or 4
it was
parts.
pretty long.
Yeah.
But it was a fun map, and we had a really good time doing it. Well, we didn't really keep track of things during the game. We just sort of joked about scores and stuff like that. He actually went back and counted how many times each one of us died.
Wow.
It shows some serious dedication.
Okay.
Because that's got to be a few hours worth of content.
Yeah.
He managed to calculate that, Chase, you died 35 times.
Okay, 35. Yeah.
And I died 34 times.
But I got more kills, though.
Well, all he said is that you killed the Wither. He didn't say who got more kills.
Okay, well.
But anyway,
fair enough.
The point stands.
Yeah.
35-34,
wow.
Really close.
Yeah.
And it was a good time. And you know what? Props to you for going back and counting all these, Samuel. That is really, really cool. And then he sent us another email that said, "How come you didn't read my email?" And so now we read it.
Sorry.
Yeah. But no, that's really awesome. I'm super impressed.
Too cool.
That is some dedication. Oh, I'm sorry. He plays as Jackhead45 on the server. So if you run across him, say
hi to Jackhead.
Yeah. Say hi and say you are dedicated. So thanks for that hard work. I know I probably wouldn't have done that because I'm fairly lazy.
I want to remind all you guys that you can grab our show at minecraftme.com. That is where you can head over to the website, and when you do that, it'll land you right here on the Minecraft Me show page, which is on GeekGamer.tv. On the right-hand side of the page are links directing you to different subscribe options. You can subscribe the high-definition video via iTunes, the SD video, or MP3. Also, if you use an Android podcatcher or Windows Phone and you're using just RSS feeds, you can just subscribe to those directly as well. The other cool things here on this page is you can get our public server info, the form to nominate the server showcase. If you want to create your own skin, you can do that as well. Or if you want to contact the show, you can click the button there. Also, I want to remind you guys, we have an awesome YouTube page where you can subscribe to, grab all Minecraft Me episodes through this as well. We also put videos up here on gaming, technology reviews. Basically, everything you see on the Geek Gamer TV website is right here on YouTube. So go to youtube.com/geekgamernetwork. We'll also have a link there in the show notes where you can just click on it and subscribe to us on YouTube. And we have a Twitch page. That's right, twitch.tv/geekgamertv, where you can actually watch me as I play games during the course of the week, like Battlefield 4, Titanfall, Minecraft Me, and everything else. And while we do the show, you can actually watch the show live here as well. So there are many different ways you can consume Geek Gamer TV, and I just want to say thank you for any way that you select. I want to say a big thanks to this guy right here, Joseph Falby. You do tweet from time to time, right, Joe?
Rarely.
But when you do, it's important.
Well, I'll just say I've never tweeted what my food looks like.
Fair enough.
I should go back and double check, but I'm pretty sure I've never tweeted what my food looks like. And usually, frequently, my tweets are related to what's happening on the server.
Yeah.
Most recently, I tweeted on Sunday saying that the server had been updated to 1.7. So
there you go.
So yeah, it's worthwhile if you play on the server. It's worthwhile to follow me. I promise, I don't junk tweet. They all are something that either struck me and is relevant or is something to do with the server.
That's right. And you can follow him at Falby, Falbey. And it's 6 characters, so it saves you on the space.
It's really short. I'm one of the really, really unique people who has a first name exactly the same number of characters as my last name. Yeah, but yours is too short.
I'm just saying, Joe.
Can't have odd numbers.
But you're just saying, my first name is exactly the same letters as my last name. And it's like...
It is.
Just like mine, Joe.
Well,
yeah, I'm just saying.
I also have 2 middle names that don't count.
Well, same here, right? I have a middle name that doesn't count either, but...
2?
No, just 1.
Oh.
We do the show Thursday evenings, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern at live.geekgamer.tv. And also, we have a calendar, so make sure you keep an eye on that because the first week of every month, we have to do the show at a different time because Joe is unavailable on that Thursday. So we usually move it to Fridays during the day. Don't forget, in April, Geek Gamer Weekly is coming back. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about the latest gaming news, and we hope that you guys join us for that as well. So keep your eyes and ears open for that. That's all we got, you guys. Thank you for joining us this week for this edition of Minecraft Me. For Mr. Joseph Falby, I am Chase Nunes. We'll see you next week. Keep digging.